he's going to be telling you about the Speakers Academy that's coming. So, but he's a fantastic guy, a great speaker, and he's going to share some words of wisdom with us this morning. So without further ado, Alan, take it away.
Well, first off, I want to say that I am honored to be here. You know, it's one of those things where it's the way I first joined the ACA Business Club was it was a party for a girl that was going to the Olympics. And I literally got to the party. It was a house. It was Karen Reyes was there. Brian was there. Beth Langdon was there. And I'm like, this feels like a high school hangout. You know, it's like we're all hanging out, just, you know, taking shots, eating cake, eating food. And I'm like, well, like, what is this group about? Like, this is the ACA Business Club. I'm like, this don't feel like no business club. This feels like a, and so it was really the warmth of the people in the business club that really made me feel welcome. So I'm just honored to be a speaker here now, because one thing I'm really, really big on is community. And the community that we have in our lives literally dictates our social well-being, our mental well-being. You know how they say we're the 5 people we surround ourselves with? See, a lot of us have the 5 people that we're around, and they're not consciously the people we choose to be around. We just happen to be around them. We just happen to come up on them. So what would it look like for us to intentionally create our friends, intentionally create our community? Because that's what drives us every day. So like Martin said, my name is Alan Little with A Little Motivation. I'm here with a little motivation because the lot of motivation already lives within you. You know, I'm a firm believer that the conversations we have with ourselves is one of the most important conversations that we can have. I'm a TEDx speaker, I'm a life coach, and even this year I've been doing a lot of life coach. Actually, last year I probably did more life coach training in terms of certifying others to become life coaches than I have done life coaching, because I feel like we're in a time where we need healers. We need healers to help others become their true selves. So I'm always open up, like, who are people that want to be life coaches, who want to be speakers, because that's the avenue of healing. Now, one of my favorite ways to promote my message, talk about myself, is public speaking. I mean, like I said earlier, me in the beginning, my very, very first talk, I got up in front of the room, and at the time I was like a sales rep for a travel company, and they said that you're going to promote our product by giving a public speech about it. I'm like, okay, I can do that. I literally got up, I spoke for, it had to be 8 minutes. First off, I invited 40 people, 3 of them showed up. 3 of them showed up. And the people that showed up there, they were like, yeah, let's go, Alan, we're excited for your first public speech ever. I got up there and I was just like, hi, my name is Alan. And back then I had a different punchline. I just say, my name is Alan Big. I'm here to talk to you about travel. It's fun. I'm scratching my neck and I'm just like, and I forget that people can see me. And so after the speech was over with, the only person that signed up from like my travel company, a month or so before, he stands up and he says, if that guy is our speaker, if that guy is our sales representative, I don't want any part of this company anymore. And he canceled his membership. So you see me today as a speaker, but I had to literally build myself from absolute rock bottom. Okay. And then after doing that and getting to the place where I was able to give a TED talk and part of the National Speakers Association, I was the Area 72 champion of Toastmasters in Iowa. I've learned like what it takes to be that speaker and also how to help others do it too. So what I'm going to talk to you about is 5 reasons that I believe that public speaking is the best thing you can do for your business. The best thing, my perspective, my opinion, is the best thing you do for your business. And I'm gonna give you those 5 reasons, okay? First one is public speaking is a skill you can utilize everywhere. Everywhere you go, you're sharing your story. Everywhere you go, you're introducing yourself, your charisma, your poise, your body gestures, the way you communicate with people. They're always analyzing, they're always thinking to themselves like, can I trust this guy? Can I like this guy? Is this guy likable? And the way you present yourself, it's everywhere. You'll never know where you'll meet a client. You know, we go to network events, which is amazing, but you can be at freaking Target buying groceries, and just the way you carry yourself, they're like, you know what do you do? You know, you seem like you have a really good energy to you. You have a really good character to you. Well, tell me more about yourself. See, every time you make an introduction, if you have the skill of public speaking and the power of communication, your introduction doesn't just say, this is what I do. Your introduction says, this is a person that I want to get to know. You know, that's what you want people to ask you. This is a person that I want to get to know. And it's built in the skill of communications and public speaking. Next aspect, when you're up on stage speaking in front of a group of people, you're in charge of everybody's attention. See, this is a powerful, powerful, powerful thing. The greatest currency is not money, you know, it's not time, it's our attention. That's the thing that people want. You see, like if someone says, hey, why won't you give me your undivided attention? You're like, well, I spend time with you every day. Yeah, you spend time with me, but you're on your phone. You're on your phone, you're on your computer. You don't really give me your attention. Facebook is not really a social media site. It's an auctioning site for your attention. They know that people give their attention to like content, like people sharing statuses, videos, you know, pictures, memes. All they're doing is fighting for your attention. Facebook has no content. There is not one originated Facebook content that goes viral. All the content is what we give it, and it goes everywhere. So if you're a public speaker, when you're in front of that room, you're the Facebook. Everybody's attention is on you. Whatever product or service that you do, in their mind, that's like, this must be the only one in town. This must be the best one in town because you're the one in front of the room speaking about it. You see, like in the year of 2020, expertise.com rated me as the #1 life coach in Kansas City. And I was really blessed. I was like, wow, that's so amazing. It's such a great accomplishment. But in reality, my mind, I was like, you know what? Life coach is amazing, but I did a lot of public speaking. And that's how I spread the word about me. You see, when you know how to effectively use public speaking, you can take off in anything that you love to do. The key is you have to love to do what you do. That's the key thing. I do not recommend trying to be the best public speaker as something you hate to do, because that's just going to radiate to everybody. People going to be like, this person doesn't even like what he does. You up there like, yeah, I do accounting and it's all right. It's all right. No. You got to be like, I love accounting. I love all of the numbers. I love the bells and whistles. I love calculators. I got like 5 calculators that I just collect for fun. Like, what? I guess accountants use calculators. I don't know. I'm not an accountant. But what I'm saying is that your energy radiates to everyone. Okay. And then the next aspect is number 3, credibility and trust. If someone walks into a room and you're a wealth advisor and you're standing in front of the room speaking out wealth advisory, they're going to listen to what you have to say. They're going to assume that you're the best wealth advisor in the room because you're standing in front of the room speaking about it. And it's as simple as that, because you have the attention. And especially if you know how to present yourself, they're going to tune into you. They're going to have the credibility. And then there's something called social proof. Okay. Social proof. One of my techniques is like in my life coaching is if I'm talking to someone that's on the fence but working with me, either becoming a life coach or them getting coached themselves, I say, listen, you don't have to make a decision today. Just come to one of my speeches and see how it is. And then they come to one of my speeches. I'm like, wow, this guy is talking in front of 40, 50 people and they're all nodding to his message. He must be a great coach. You see, it's a way that you can have people see you in your element, talk about what you do, and the credibility and trust goes way up. Goes way, way up. You know? So this is a skill that we can definitely utilize. Number 4, our message lives on forever through repurposed content. Now, this is very, very, very important. A lot of speakers, a lot of championship speakers don't even know about this. Don't underestimate the power of repurposing your content. You can give one 10-minute speech. Now, guess what? That 10-minute speech can now be, the audio can be extracted from it, and it could be a podcast. It could be a podcast clip. If you listen to the Tony Robbins podcast, it's nothing but a bunch of his speeches. You know, they're like, welcome to the Tony Robbins podcast. In this speech, Tony Robbins talk about how to change your life for the better, yada, yada. And you listen to it, and it's just one of his speeches. You know, another repurposed content is you can edit the video, put it on YouTube. Put the video on YouTube, put the video on Facebook, put the video on Instagram. And then the same video, you can clip it down and make TikTok. How many of us know about TikTok? Well, how many of us heard of TikTok? Raise your hand if you heard of TikTok, yeah? Now, how many of us here are actually on on TikTok? Be honest. Who? Yeah. Not a lot of head shakes. No. Like I gotta say, I was on the same boat, but I put a couple of videos up on TikTok. Do not underestimate TikTok. I mean, there's a lot of people that really engage with that in a way that would catch you off guard. So you could repurpose your public speaking videos and put them on TikTok. And also another thing, you can transcribe that video and get all of the words extracted, and it can be put into a book. I've read once an entire book, and it was just a guy speaking and someone transcribed it into his book. And I'm like, it would say like June 19th, 1998, speech to networking group or whatever it was. And just someone transcribes every word. If you give 3 or 4 public speeches, you now have a book. It's just hiring someone to transcribe that for you. And then another way that you can repurpose your content is you can take that little clip, put it into an MP3, and make it a lead magnet for email campaigns. So I'm like, here's a free 3-minute audio for you to listen to on, it could be on real estate. And for someone to get that 3-minute audio, they have to subscribe to your email campaign. So now you can generate your email list, and all of this is from one speech. And then you get someone that can take the speech, edit it up, and now you have a highlight reel for your company. Do you understand how many people are willing to buy and engage with individuals that they see that they have an amazing company, and also they're speaking about their company in front of a group of people? There's something about like for who knows about Gary Vaynerchuk? Gary Vaynerchuk, yeah, okay, Gary Vaynerchuk. Now, how many of us have seen Vayner Media advertisement in and of itself? Just a Vayner Media advertisement. Yeah, nobody knows Vayner, but that's his company. They just know him, the speaker. And then obviously when you engage with Gary V, he tells you about Vayner Media or Vayner speakers of all of his other companies. So he's just such a pronounced speaker that everyone knows Gary V, but in reality, he's that main advertiser or marketing person for all of his little Vayner companies. He has like 20 of them. You see, but all he does is, what does he do? Whenever you see a Gary V video, he's talking to somebody else and somebody records him. If you find yourself having a deep conversation with someone that you guys are expressing wisdom, whip out your recorder and say, you know what, let's just record this conversation. We was in our small groups and I was like, hey, I'm gonna just take a quick selfie of me really quickly. Because I'm always thinking like, that's just easy content. See, the best content is not created. The best content is discovered. It's discovered. It's the things you're already doing. And if you have an effective public speaking skill, you now are a walking content magnet everywhere you go. Guys, it's 2021. People are more engaged with social media than they are with newspapers and TV advertisements. Now is the time for us to really take the power of public speaking and put it everywhere. Put it absolutely everywhere. And then the last thing is, after the anxiety, it's fun. Diana, could you speak to this at all? Tell me about your experience with it, Diana.
Oh yeah, I've spoken at about 6 conferences, the first 3 unpaid, the last 3 paid, which was great to get, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I obviously like to talk, and I think I have things I think I know things that people would be interested in knowing, but it was, it's nerve-wracking. It's, there's butterflies in your stomach. I still kind of cringe when I have a video that I had somebody take a video of me speaking at this one conference, and I have these little index cards in different colors that I'm trying to read from or use as notes, and I got them all goofed up, and so it was rather embarrassing. And I still kind of cringe. I got to the point where I didn't use those anymore, but now I think it's fun. I think it's fun if you think you're helping people. If you're persuaded that you're offering something, again, that you like, and you're confident that they can benefit from what you're saying, then it's less about me and it's about them. How can I help them get more traffic to their website? How can I help them make more sales? How can I help them manage this on their own? Yeah. That's what it's fun.
Yes. That's a very, very, very good point. is it's fun if you're focusing on helping people. Diana, that was amazing. Thank you so much. Like we're gonna have to talk after this about the Speakers Academy because there's you got it. You already know it. You know, a lot of times people think about their anxiety a whole bunch during a speech. You know what my mentor told me? He's like, Alan, if you're thinking about your anxiety, you're not really in service. You're thinking about yourself. Your mindset should be, how can I help them? How can I impact them with my service, with my words? What can I do for them? And if you're just in service mindset, if you're just in service, the anxiety doesn't really come up as much. It's not really there because you're focusing on giving. If you see someone that's walking down the street and they're just like, I'm so hungry, like I'm starving. Oh my God, you know, my family, we're low on funds. You don't get nervous when you try to, I'm just going to help them. You don't get nervous about that. You just help them. Like, I can help them. So when we're in a helpful mentality, we are speaking, that's when it starts to get really, really fun. So that's what I want to ask you guys. I want to ask you guys that if you don't use public speaking as a model right now, what I've realized is that because most people just don't know how. You know, like I think last year I had over 12, 13, 14 engagements or so, probably spoken like dozens of times before that. I mean, it's something that gives me life, but there is a structured system on how to be able to get in front of rooms, how to connect with the event planners to speak in front of that room, how to leverage your business in a public speaking environment. You know, a lot of people, they're not really scared of public speaking. They're scared because they don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. You know, fear is eliminated when we have confidence in knowing what's next. You know, we don't have any fear about just going to our car and driving because we've done it so many times. But I guarantee you, a 15-year-old who's ever driven before, oh my God, how do I do this? Because he's never done it before. You see, so one thing we want to focus on is learning how to get into public speaking, the next step. And then that's why I've been talking with Martin. Actually, Brad's part of our executive committee as well. And we're launching a project. We're calling this the Speakers Academy. And what the Speakers Academy is that it is a group that is allowing us to learn public speaking from A to Z. You know, from A to Z. The connecting with others, the storytelling, virtual presentations, you know, overcoming anxiety. Yesterday, me and Brad spent an hour, almost 2 hours, creating the entire structure of the Speakers Academy, creating the vision, creating what each class is going to be about. Brad's actually spoken. And Brad, tell them a little bit about your speaking history. Brad's here on the call. Brad is one of the executive committee for the Speakers Academy.
Hey, everybody. Thanks, Alan. Yeah, so I mean, I've been able to speak in Vegas, all about my chicken story, which I could share at some point. Spoken up in Chicago, St. Louis here, and you know, what we want to be able to share with people is a place to come and like learn some of the techniques and strategies to speak, so you don't feel that overwhelming feeling of like I can't, because it's been one of my core things of like, oh, I can't get up there, I can't do it, like what are they going to think about me? And when you actually get up there and you actually start to share from your heart, and be in service of others, it makes a huge difference. And then people can really connect with you, and like Alan said, like trust you in whatever you're out to sell or contribute to others.
Amazing, Brad. That's exactly it. You know, so it's funny how whenever you come across a good speaker, they always talk about, serving others, helping others. My opinion, the best speakers are givers. The best givers can be the best speakers. So if you're already a giver and you think about others and you're not speaking, that's a huge opportunity that's being just glossed over, in my opinion. There's huge opportunity being glossed over. If you're a person that's doing what you do because you love people, you love helping people, you love the idea of making an impact in someone's life, you're born to be a speaker. And that's all a speaker is an excited person on stage. Am I lying though? Am I lying? Is an excited person on stage talking about what they love to do. See, so that's one of the things. So what we're building a Speakers Academy. You can get more information. I'll put my email here. I'm gonna drop my email in right here. Let's see, Alan you'll see it come up in the chat. So if you're interested in Speakers Academy or anything at all, just feel free to send me an email, alan@rethinkbig.com. You can also get in touch with Brad Finkeldye as well. We're both some of the board members of it. So what I want to say is everything you do, always think about how can you help others, and also leverage every opportunity that you have. There's so many speakers that I've trained that they were like born to do it, but they just didn't know it. They just didn't know it. And I'll tell you at least one clear sign that you're born to do it. You have an unwavering heart to help others and to serve. And if you have that, I promise you, you get on stage, people feel that. They feel it exude from you. It moves them. It absolutely moves them. When it comes to the storytelling, the ums, the buts, the anxiety, Speakers Academy, we can take care of all of that. We can take care of all of that. The one thing that we can't do is we can't instill that passion to serve in you. You gotta have that. You gotta have that. So all I want to say is I love you guys. What's that?
I say, can we make a promise that we'll make their butt smaller?
We promise that if you have the passion, you have the heart to serve, we'll be able to take care of the rest. I love you guys so much. Thanks for having me. And all I gotta say is I'm Alan Little, and that was a little more.